Welcome back, everyone. If you finish the first two quarterstaff assessments, then we're basically done with quarterstaff and ready to move on to broadsword. Now please keep in mind, you really need to take your time with these assessments. Make them look good. If you're making mistakes, if it's very sloppy, if your targets are off, if your feet are all messed up, I'm going to ask you to keep doing it over and over again until it gets really, really good. So I'm expecting your targets to be right. I'm expecting your weight shifts to be correct. I'm expecting your feet to be nice and wide. I want everything to be nice and smooth through the fight. So take your time with it. Now, some folks have been wanting to look at the other half of the fight. So I gave the students in class a script from the 6th Star Wars film, Return of the Jedi, the fight between Luke and Darth Vader. And so the part that we've been learning corresponds to Luke's half of the fight scene. And so if you'd like, today I'm going to show you the Vader half of that fight scene. Now, this is not an assignment, but if you would like to take a look at what the other half of the choreography is from the other person's perspective, then that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, so the choreography that you learned from the assessments, I'm going to refer to that part of the fight as Luke, and now I'm going to show you Vader. So Luke started the fight up stage left, facing down stage right. Therefore, Vader is going to start the fight down stage right, facing up stage left. I'm going to come pretty close to the center of the stage, though, so that I've got room as Luke pushes me back. Now, Luke started out right foot forward in pike form. Because he's right foot forward, he's open to the audience. So Vader is also going to open to the audience, but that means he needs to be left foot forward. Vader is also going to be inviting Luke's first attack, meaning he's going to be intentionally leaving himself open to sucker Luke into being the first person to attack. So the way that we are going to do that is we are going to hold our staff on our right side, open like this. And we are going to be left foot forward, open to the audience. As Luke extends his weapon towards our belly button, Luke is going to be establishing that distance with his staff. We are going to maintain that distance as we pass back to right foot forward. And as we do that, we are going to grab the staff with our left hand, go into pike form, and parry Luke's attack on our left side. We are now going to riposte by extending our staff. Notice that I have not weight shifted forward. I'm just extending the staff towards the belly button, and then I advance as Luke parries our weapon. Then Luke is going to bind us over. He's going to extend his staff right on line with our left hip, and we are going to remove that target by passing back once as Luke brings the staff up over our heads. We pass back again, and we are expelled down on our left side. I'm going to scoot forward again so that you can see me. So we have now been expelled. Luke is then going to weight shift back as he preps a short form attack. We're going to weight shift forward, and we are also going to prep and slide into short form, but we are going to prep a parry. So we pass back and Luke passes forward with us, and we parry shoulder in short form, hip, hip, shoulder. Notice that I have been weight shifted back for all four of those parries. Then we are going to croisé with expulsion and a weight shift forward, expelling Luke's staff. And now you do need to visualize, because Luke's legs are right here and here. And I can't just bring my staff this way to attack, because then the butt end of my staff is going to be going through his stomach, or even worse, through his knees. So we need to dip that front end of the staff down as we prep a short form flank attack. And we attack flank, flank, then we go head, bringing the butt end of the staff on our right side, keeping it outside of our elbow, and then groin, now bringing the staff on the left side of our head, again keeping it on the outside of the elbow. And finally, to end phrase one, Luke shunts our weapon aside, and we are going to move this way, keeping our staff safe. So we're not going to be allowing our staff to point towards Luke at all. we can come over here to the side, bring it up safely, and turn around, ready for phrase 2. So that was all phrase 1 of Vader. Let's go through that a little bit more smoothly. So we start, left foot forward, inviting Luke's attack. Luke extends toward our belly, we pass back, and parry. We extend our staff and advance, and we are parried. We are bound over. Luke extends his staff. We remove the target. We go 1, 2 steps to bind over. I'm going to move forward so you can see me. Luke then weight shifts. We weight shift to prep a short form parry, pass back, parry shoulder, hip, hip, shoulder. We croisé with a weight shift and expulsion. We drop the tip of the staff and attack flank, flank, head, groin, and we are shunted off, and that is the end of phrase 1. One more time, even smoother. And pass back, parry, extend, advance, bind over, and weight shift, pass back, shoulder, hip, hip, shoulder, croisé, drop it down, flank, flank, head, groin, and shunt away. End of phrase 1. Now we move on to phrase 2. For this, Luke has been standing up stage right, facing down stage left. So Vader is going to be opposite. Vader is going to be down stage left, facing up stage right. For this one, Luke is left foot forward so that he can be open to the audience. So I'm going to be right foot forward so I can be open to the audience. And when I say open to the audience, what I mean is my hips are pointing in a direction that will intersect with the audience. If I switch feet here, now my hips are pointing away from the audience and I've closed myself off. They're not able to see and hear me as well. I constantly have to talk over my shoulder for you to hear me. So I'm going to stand like this. Now I'm also going to be standing in a samurai-inspired stance with the staff on my left side here. So it's as if I take pike form on my right side, and by pronating both hands, I bring it here as if I have a huge samurai sword in a sheath behind me. And this time, we are going to initiate the attack, and I'm going to add one thing to the top of phrase 2. We're actually going to start with a stomach swipe evasion, and Luke is going to be evading back before we continue with the choreography as previously taught. So to start phrase 2, we are going to go through the 5 steps of an evasion. We're going to make eye contact. Vader is going to weight shift back and prep a stomach attack with the staff in pike form. Luke is going to evade by jumping back. That is our signal to drop the staff flat on the table, pass forward, and cut through stomach. Now we can continue the choreography as previously learned. So now, Luke is still left foot forward, and we have passed forward onto our left foot. And Luke is going to start by attacking us in long form. So Luke weight shifts back, we weight shift forward, prepping a long form parry. Luke passes forward and attacks our shoulder. We pass back and long form parry shoulder. Then we both weight shift as we prep, we pass back, and we parry hip. Now it is our turn to bind Luke over, so we extend our staff towards his front hip. Luke removes that target by passing back. We pass forward with him, controlling the staff, bringing it up over his head. We pass forward again and come down, expelling his staff, ending in a high line. Now it is our turn to attack. And this is where the cross steps and hanging parries come in. So we have just expelled, and now we weight shift back to do a short form attack. But this attack is going to go all the way through. It's similar to doing a diagonal attack that would be evaded, but it's going to be more vertical than that. So we're going to basically be coming straight down towards the ground. Then we weight shift back and pull again, and once again we do this long form attack, very, very vertical all the way down. Luke has evaded that with a cross step. And now Luke is going to unwind and is going to do a diagonal cut at us, and we are going to evade with a traverse. So we make eye contact. We see Luke prepping his attack. We evade. While we evade, we switch hands on our staff and evade to our rear left 45 with a traverse. Luke cuts through, and now because we have evaded, it's our turn. And we are in an excellent position to do a long form flank attack to Luke's right flank. We weight shift back and pull. Luke passes back. We do another long form flank attack to his opposite flank. Then, finally, Luke binds us over to core. We step forward facing the audience. Luke spots the target in front of our face 12 inches, swings his staff up as we react with a nap, removing either hand from the staff to nap onto our thigh or hip as we move our head 45 degrees up and loosen up the muscles in the neck so as not to hurt ourselves. Just like that. And then that is the end of the fight. So let's look through phrase 2 one more time. We start samurai position here, right foot forward. We make eye contact, preparation, Luke evades, we attack, and then we recover. When we recover, Luke is going to, I should be weight shifted forward here. Luke is going to prep and attack for long form. We pass back and long form parry shoulder, weight shift, long form parry hips. We bind Luke over, extending our staff, pass forward once, twice, and expel. Then we weight shift back, pull, and cut. Weight shift back, pull, cut. Luke now is going to attack us. We are going to make eye contact. He preps. We evade here, and you can either switch hands or you can slide like I just did. And then we are going to do flank and weight shift flank. We are bound over and spot the target, react. That's phrase 2. So I was a little disappointed in myself. Instead of switching hands, I slid my hands during that traverse there. And that's fine. You can do either, as long as you end up in a position where you can do that long form flank attack. Okay, let's do this one more time, phrase 2. Here we go. Starting right foot forward with the samurai inspiring position. Eye contact, preparation, evasion, attack, recovery, prep, and they attack shoulder, hip, bind over, 1, 2, weight shift back, prep, and cut, weight shift back, prep, cut, switch hands, traverse, evade, and now we are going to cut, flank, flank, bind over to core, spot the target, react. That is the entire fight from Vader's perspective. So if you'd like, I can walk through both phrases now, one after the other. And we're starting phrase 1. Pass back, parry, extend, advance. Bind over, weight shift forward, prep. Pass back, shoulder, hip, hip, shoulder, croisé. Drop it down, flank, flank, head, groin, shunt. And samurai position, eye contact, preparation, evasion, attack, recovery, pass back, long form, weight shift forward, pass back, long form, bind over, and weight shift back, cut, weight shift back, cut, and eye contact, preparation, evasion, attack, recovery, prep, and flank, flank, bind over, and react. That is the end of the fight from Vader's perspective. So once again, that's not an assignment. You don't need to record that, but it's kind of fun, interesting to look at. All right, that is the end of Quarterstaff, and now we will be moving on to Broadsword.